All right, I got it right this time, I'm pretty sure. There we go. We're on the right side of each other now.
I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. I'm not used to this side.
You're not used to being a lefty?
No, right. Not at all.
We'll flip the camera around the other way next time then.
Okay, that's
right
perfect.
After that. Well, welcome back, everybody. My friend Jay Peckham joining me here. You can see the smile through the mask there right now, right?
Well, no, hang on a second. There are a few things I'm not really smiling about.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to be happy with the score, 4-2. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Well,
although,
yeah.
I have a feeling. I know you're coming around. 4-2. Our shots on goal still. We're only at 16. We had 9 in the first period. Is that what you're having issues with?
Well, that's part of it.
Right. Tell us the rest.
Well, I don't know if I can, because my mama always said, if you got nothing nice to say about referees, don't say anything at all.
Okay, well, I get that part of it, and I think Ben Gaudreau would probably agree with you on that.
I agree 100%. He got chopped down in the middle of it all, no call.
Yeah.
And then behind the play, we end up with this. Nemesnikov gets this 4-minute major for.
There was a head check and
2 minutes for a head check
and
2 minutes for unsportsmanlike, and it was way behind the play. I don't know what they were watching, and frankly, anyway.
All right, good boy.
I was perturbed.
That's a good word for you.
Thank you.
I get it though, and I think Ben Gaudreau definitely would agree with you. However, that being said, I watching him, and easy for me to say, standing back here not wearing skates, but I think his emotions definitely got going there for a little bit.
Oh, I agree.
And he was definitely distracted for a couple of moments.
Yep.
And then we saw a little bit of that come out in the way the game played out in that portion of that period. But still recovered well. Nolan Dan, wow.
Yeah.
This guy, keep an eye on this guy. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
And talk about being at the right place at the right time. And I'm not saying it wasn't skill, but he come out onto the line, and Saginaw passed the puck long down, and he just caught it and then went in for the kill. But that is one of the things that he seems to be able to do, is be in the right place at the right time, and that's why he's scoring goals.
Well, and I agree. And I think, Nolan Dan is he's a good example of one of those straight-up kind of players.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Don't expect anything fancy. He's not going to do pirouettes. There's no ice dancing going on here.
Yeah, well.
He's not going to pass it 17 times before he takes a shot. He's going to get in there and make the most of the opportunity he's got. That's that straight-up kind of player, and I love those guys.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I think too often, we try to get a little too fancy. We try to fake the goaltender out when, you know what, all it takes is a shot on net.
Right.
And we've seen that today. 3 of our 4 goals are just because we were being persistent and shooting on the multiple times and picking up the rebounds and putting them on the net. And I think that's where we're seeing a lot of our play coming from, and certainly most of our scoring coming
Coach
from.
Coach Letang would agree with you, because going back again to the last post-conference we had here at home, that was something he said. We are not a fancy team.
Yeah.
We can't afford to basically similar to what you just said. We can't. We're not that fancy. We just need to shoot the puck into the meshy thingy there.
Yeah. And, red lining. That's thing.
And Nolan Dan, and boy, he likes putting it up in the corners, the top corners, the top shelf, so to speak. It seems like that's his area.
It's about finding that spot where the goaltender isn't.
Yeah.
And that, it's an art form. I can't say I'd be any good at it, but
well, you could say it.
The best scorers are the guys who can anticipate where the goaltender's going, where he is and where he's not, and putting it where he's not. That's the trick of this. If you put it right on the numbers for the goaltender every time, you're never going to put a puck through a guy.
Right.
Anyway.
Saginaw, though, in all fairness, they've been hitting really hard. Some of the shots that they've been taking out of those 21 shots directly at Ben Gaudreau.
Yes.
I do think there's something to be said for shooting a puck straight at a goalie.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that's a little bit of a message.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean,
Right.
okay, and I get that.
You better pay attention, fella.
But I mean, look at the turnaround here. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the score doesn't show it, but the shots on goal does.
Yeah.
And frankly, that period of hockey, it was exactly what I was worried about. You know, we started playing that, we're in the lead, we don't have to be as aggressive and stuff like that.
Saginaw came out the gate like
And
a
they
horse,
came,
like you said.
100%. They came out firing it. And I think, you know, that's where you got to step up your game. You got to anticipate what the other team's going to do, and you got to go and do something different. You got to challenge them in different ways, put them off their game.
Theo Hill came out there, got a nice goal, or were you happy with that goal?
No, absolutely. I mean, I think, again, Theo Hill, I think he's going to be another one of those kind of stalwart players for us.
Yeah.
You know, neither a superstar or excellent, but certainly not down in the bottom. He's going to be one of those nice, consistent players that you can count on to give us some good defense and to give us some good offense and to make some opportunities. And I think that's what he does, and he does it well.
Well, Sarnia Sting seem to be, doing well. I do think, though, I'll have to agree with you that they kind of skated out to the but
it certainly was not the same pace in that period.
No, third period seems to be our best period. So
well, I hope so, because we can't take the throttle off, or Saginaw is going to come right at us.
Well, sooner or later the numbers are going to, and I do think there's some emotions that need to get in check there with the Sarnia Sting here tonight, like Ben Gaudreau.
Yep.
And a few of the other. I mean, we saw Braden Guy get into it. Well, sort of get into it. They stopped it pretty quick, but
that was a good moment, though. Like, because I'll tell you, for me, Braden Guy's fight, as much as if it wasn't really a fight, but a little scrum, I guess, more than anything else. But sometimes those little fracases, they serve to fire up the team.
Yeah.
And I think that we took a lot of pressure from Saginaw, and I think we were slumping a little bit in terms of the aggression, and we just weren't on the puck. And I think that moment, we'd taken about 3 or 4 really bad hits from Saginaw, no calls from the refs, and I think that then Braden Guy comes out, that fight happens, and I think at that point, that's when it turned for us, right? Yeah. Because then all of a sudden, we're pulling up another goal or two.
So you think he's kind of giving him a bit of a wake-up call?
I think that's the kind of leader he is. I think, and I thought it was just perfect timing to do that, to have that moment, and nobody got hurt. And I mean, I'm not necessarily a big fan of fighting, but it certainly got us fired up.
Yep.
In the stands, it got the team fired up, and the next thing you know, we're back on the scoreboard, pumping up the scoreboard again.
All right.
I think that's a win-win circumstance right there.
And coming into this third period, we'll still come up starting off short, right? We've got to finish out this penalties here. But,
which is just sorry. If you got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
That's right.
Zipping my lip.
Okay, very good. I'm sure the referees. I appreciate it because I got to see the referees after. Right? You're allowed to come to a post-game conference after and hang out. But there's huge security is over there. Just so you know.
I talk a good game, Dave.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be interesting to see here. Third period, my friend Jay Peckham needs to be impressed a little bit more. And the Sarnia Sting, I have confidence that we're going to come out on top of this. And our friend, we've got Pete McLaughlin, who's a regular follower out there. He says it's about time the Sarnia Sting won a hockey game. Well, they haven't yet, Peter. So we're still working on that. But
don't count your eggs yet.
I agree with most of what you say. I think the second period was a little weaker than the first, but I do think that they played higher hockey. They stayed on top when they needed to, and they kept it away from the little messy thing more than Saginaw did. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. But the shots on goal does make me a little bit nervous. We say we had 9 in the first one, so obviously, we didn't quite have as many in the second. they definitely need to.
And we were leading them. They only had 6.
Yeah.
So they put in 15 shots to our 7.
Yeah.
Right?
So
that's
that means
not a good
Saginaw is
ratio.
capable of still coming back in the third period and winning this
Sure they
game.
are.
And so is the Sarnia Sting, but they're going to have to tighten up the skates and move a little faster out there.
I agree.
All right. Well, we're going to keep moving on out there and hopefully come back with some positive results. Be sure to tune in on the Sarnia Sting Facebook page and the show with David Burrows. We'll have the post-game conference. I'm not sure who with yet, but I will be posting that as soon as I know. And the results will tell the story of what happens at the post-game conference. It's always tough to go to post-game after a loss, right? So you have to, okay. Here we go. On behalf of myself and the show with David Burrows, thanks for joining us and my good friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!
Say it like you mean it, will you?